prompting Al-Qaeda to vow revenge and retaliation, more threat to the United States.
No, they haven't. The announcement that the U.S. government said that Al-Qaeda was now going to have revenge, that's just the United States government telling another lie. Al-Qaeda, if it exists, has known for 10 years that bin Laden is dead. And Al-Qaeda is not fooled. They know that bin Laden wasn't killed in Pakistan by Navy SEALs. So what has happened to the White House story is they've had to change it so much. The story did not last 48 hours. The initial story was that there was a long firefight with heroic Navy SEALs fighting Al-Qaeda, and in the end, busting in on bin Laden, who hid behind his wife and was killed by the SEALs while he was firing away his weapon. That was the initial story. Also, part of the initial story was that Obama and his entire government watched on live TV from cameras on the SEALs' helmets the entire operation. Now, before 48 hours passed, the entire story changed. The White House announced that there was no firefight. They announced that bin Laden's wife was not killed. They announced that bin Laden was not armed. He had no weapons. And they announced that there was no tape of the live firefight and that the White House didn't see anything of the encounter. So the story has changed so much. It was not credible to begin with, but they have changed it so much. It's so fundamentally different that all the credibility has left the story, and no one who is paying any attention believes it. Unfortunately, the vast amount of the population, all they hear is, oh, they got bin Laden. And for them, that's the beginning of the story, and that's the end of the story. And they don't pay any attention. So the government may get away with its deception simply because so many people are happy that they got bin Laden and they don't pay any more attention. If someone says, hey, look, the story has been abandoned, the story is contradictory, then most of the people just say, oh, you're an anti-American. You don't trust your government. So that is what the situation is. There are actually other agendas that are being served by this story.
Dr. Roberts, if you don't mind me interrupting you, one quick question because we're running out of time. Former Defense Secretary Rumsfeld has said that White House staffers talk too much about the operation targeting bin Laden and that it undermines the U.S. position. What is your take on his statement?
Well, he's correct. It's not that they talked too much about it, it's that they changed the story several times. So what we have is the White House itself doesn't know what the story is and is always changing it. So, in other words, the story is a lie. It's a fake, orchestrated event to serve certain agendas. The main one being President Obama's reelection, but other events are being served, such as torture, because they now claim they found bin Laden because they tortured people. Another event is Pakistan. They're blaming Pakistan for hiding bin Laden, so the Americans may take over Pakistan. Another is they are setting up a false flag attack on the United States so they can start another war.
And maybe they're using it as a cover to withdraw from Afghanistan.
You see, originally the story was we went to Afghanistan to get bin Laden. So if, in fact, they got bin Laden, they should come out of Afghanistan. But they have not said they're coming out. Instead, the Secretary of State said, oh, this just proves we've been successful, that war is successful, and we're going to continue the wars.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dr. Roberts, we're going to have to leave it there. Paul Craig Roberts, former Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Treasury, thank you so much for speaking with us.